Om Tat Sat. Today I am going to sing a Guru Bhajan. जिस रंग राखे उस रंग रहना, दुख सुख जो दे हंस के सहना। जन्म जन्म का गुरु से नाता, मैं भिखारी गुरु मेरे दाता। गुरु मेरी पूजा गुरु गोविंद, गुरु मेरी पूजा गुरु गोविंद। गुरु मेरा पार ब्रह्मा गुरु भगवंत, गुरु मेरा पार ब्रह्मा गुरु भगवंत। गुरु मेरी पूजा गुरु गोविंद, गुरु मेरा पार ब्रह्मा गुरु भगवंत। गुरु मेरे राम है
And now the highlight of our program, our revered Guru's special 91st birthday message entitled, Live for God Realization.
Om. 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 Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namah. Om Shri Gurave Namah. Om Brahmanandam Param Sukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatītam Gaganasadrisham Tattvamasyaadilakṣyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatītam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Om. Adorations to Brahman, the giver of supreme bliss, the embodiment of pure consciousness, one without a second, vast as the ether, infinite, eternal, beyond the three gunas and their modifications, the supreme Guru, supreme preceptor. Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And I commence with birthday. Whose birthday? Every one of you. Whoever is in the field of listening to this, everyone. And I begin with acronym of birthday. Acronyms are easy for your mind to hold. Well, just to spell it out. BIRTHDAY, birthday. Easy. B, blessings. Every soul that has gotten into human incarnation enjoys threefold blessings. Manushyatvam, Mumukshutvam, Mahapurusha Samshaya. First, you have to become a real human being. You look like a human being. There is a lot of animal nature in every individual. Pashutva. In tradition, every spiritual seeker goes into a temple and does Shastanga Pranam, prostrating, allowing 8 limbs to touch the floor. And that's to become aware that you are coming to temple, satsang, to great personalities for shedding animal nature in your personality. What makes animal nature? There are 8 pashas. Ghrina, hatred. Lajja, shyness. Shyness has double role. If you are shy towards negative deeds, that's modesty, that's a wonderful quality. But you are shy towards spiritual practice. You hide your spiritual practice because your near and dear one doesn't like it. So there is a constant fear. That's shyness. Next, bhaya, fear. Shanka, doubt. Jugupsa, gossiping habit. Kul, becoming so prejudiced because of your hereditary line. Sheel, and you adopt a culture of a family line. And jati, confined to the caste system. I will not go into further details. That's when you plan to shed these fetters, you are gaining the virtue of being a human being, manushyatvam. Otherwise, you have pashutvam within you. God is called Pashupati. In order to shed your animal nature, always turn to God. Manushyatvam, next, mumukshutvam. When you have developed that state of human quality, the real humanity within your heart, then your vision turns towards God realization. And that movement in advanced state is burning aspiration for God realization. That becomes possible as a human being. In order to progress on the spiritual path, Mahapurusha Samshaya, association with enlightened sages, called satsanga. So far I have stayed with only one letter, B, blessing. Second letter, I. I is initiation. To be placed in order so that you can be led to liberation. What places you in the right order? Initiation. Initiation into Ishta mantra. The spiritual seeker must be guided by satsanga, by Guru, and be initiated into a mantra. Like Om. The primary mantra, the source of all mantras is Om. Different mantras always begin with Om. But God has countless aspects. And you need to Select an aspect of God that matches with your mind. In practical world, all human beings, every individual is looking for a match. But don't confine the match movement in the realm of relatives. But in the realm of gods, there are so many devis and devatas. Who matches with your mind? Who inspires your heart with love? That matching begins with initiation into Ishta Mantra. And the role of japa. Japa is a repetition of mantra. Mantra is repeated in three ways. Bakhari, loud, upanshu, whispering, and manasik, mental. All the three stages are beneficial spiritually, but in degrees. Vakhari is the minimum stage, it's a kindergarten stage. Upanshu, part you are whispering, and part your mind is working along with your mantra. And that's advanced stage. Mantra Chaitanya is awakened by your japa. Awakening of Mantra Chaitanya means to your mind, mantra is not just a word. If it's mantra is only words, physical, literary letters, it goes on tiring your mind. But even in the practical world, let me extend my teaching to different angles of view. How words relate to your bhavana feeling. And here is a humorous story. We always like people to be with a delightful mind, joyous mind. That's my trick. When their mind is joyous, then they listen more. Otherwise, I have to say, listen, listen. Once upon a time, 5 travelers came to holy Prayag at the confluence of 3 sacred rivers, Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati. One day, in a picturesque setting of nature, they were entranced by the song of a beautiful bird. The bird was singing in a melodious tune that was interpreted by each in his own distinctive way. These 5 were Muslim devotee, Hindu devotee, merchant, and a tourist, and the enlightened sage. Muslim devotee said, the bird is giving one voice, Singing. It's just like mantra, one mantra, how you are singing. Now, Muslim devotee says, Subhan Allah Qudrat. His mind enjoys in three ways. The bird is singing the glory of God and His creation. That's the meaning behind Subhan Allah Qudrat. Hindi devotee, what he listened? Sita Ram Dasharath. This bird is singing the glory of Sri Sita Devi, Lord Rama, divine King Dasharatha. But the merchant heard the same bird mantra interpreted by his mind, Hing Haldi Adarak, the market value of asafoetida, turmeric and ginger. The Western tourist said, chai, biscuit, cigarette. Same mantra you do, but what you are expecting? Different minds expecting different ways. But when your mantra reminds your mind to God, Sita Ram Dasharath, Subhan Allah Qudrat, your mantra Chaitanya is being awakened. And the height of mantra Chaitanya is presented by sage. The bird is singing. The enlightened sage said, Hari Om Tat Sat. The same voice of bird to enlighten the mind. Brahman alone is real. Brahman alone is real. So see how your mantra relates to all these points. Coming to the third letter, R, realize four purposes of dharma, four purposes of life. Four purposes are dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Moral or ethical value, material value, vital value is social values, and moksha, liberation. T relates to truth. Satyameva jayate. Truth alone triumphs. Truth is like the sun. All souls are like reflected suns. And every soul's experience is in the realm of illusion. Every reflected sun is dealing with countless other reflections arising from the sun. What the truth behind all that is the sun itself. So all that you see, the display of reflections, and all what they can do is singing the glory of the sun. That truth alone triumphs. And for deeper understanding of the truth, gain insight into Uttarayana Marg, the northern path. Agnir Jyotiha Shukla Sanmasha Uttarayanam. Agni, Vairagya. The moment you begin to develop insight that the world is perishable, you cannot stay attached to anything in this world. It's impossible. And therefore, what should you be attached to? Where should your love be? Be directed to your own self, the truth within you. So that development of vairagya, detaching from the world and attaching to God, when it begins, that is called the first step, Agni, fire. Jyoti, Vivek, your intellect begins to show subtle difference between what is durable and what is perishable. And ultimate durability lies in God within you, the self within you. And if you are settled with these two great qualities, or settled with gaining these two qualities, first to understand, developing any spiritual quality is a progressive movement. You never come to your satisfaction. You go on developing more and more. And when you begin to go on developing those good qualities, your life brings a special thrill, a special inspiration within your life. Otherwise, all that you know is perspiration. When that inspiration comes, in northern part, because Agni Jyoti, aha. And now, another wonder. You were not focused on your own heart. And now your vision turns towards your feelings. The feelings within you. They are the basis of your real happiness, the basis of your being internally more and more settled, not in a transient state. In other words, your feeling begins to blossom. First it gets purified and begins to blossom into intuitional feeling, which means called sanamati, leading to revelation of the sun, revelation of the truth. But in this process, your consciousness goes on expanding, allegorically described as increasing daylight. Daylight becomes shortened by you are following the negative path. Following the right path, Uttarayana, it goes on expanding. An ultimate expansion, you become united. A revelation, Aham Brahma. So this whole process is relating to a T term, T, truth. Satyameva Jayate. BIRT. Next letter is H. H is health. Health and happiness, they always give the blessings. But what is the real health? Here again, your attention has to go into not just physical health. Real health lies in being free from Bhava Vyadhi, the disease of the world process. You are subjected to the viral mortality. This is the worst viral or worst virus. Controlling the virus of mortality. And that's the purpose of enabling you to be profoundly free and joyous. Health, physical health, psychological health, mental health, moral health, spiritual health. The Sanskrit word for health is swasthya. Sthya means be steady, established. Swa, self. Be established in the self. Now you are healthy. The moment you are healthy, you are Brahman. Unhealthy, you are Jiva, individual soul. So far, focused on birth, B-I-R-T-H. Now, celebrating this, D-A-Y, day. D is devotion. In order to attain success in your life, success is to attain God realization, same as self-realization. The most highlighted sadhana is bhakti. The 4 yogas, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, dhyana yoga, jnana yoga. Bhakti is the key of success in all yogas. If bhakti is not there, your yoga practice, you may be practicing jnana yoga, you may be practicing raja yoga, you may be practicing all karma yoga, but all your practices will be immature and you will not succeed in them. But if bhakti is there, then in every practice you do amazing success. So, therefore this statement, mukti bhakti ki dasi hai. If you have developed devotion to God, liberation will come to you automatically. Liberation is the maid servant of bhakti. Day, T-A-Y. A term gives you a summary of entire Yoga Vasishtha. Ascend, 7 bhumikas, 7 steps. I will not have much time to explain all that, but just reminding you. Shubhecha, aspiration for God realization. That's the first step. Vicharana, your mind turning into spiritual inquiry. Who am I? Otherwise, you are so settled in this world, facing so many challenges, that this never enters your mind. Who am I? You are constantly involved with your arm car, ego that sits on a risky car. So that's called vicharana. Tanumanasi, If you are practicing Shubhecha and Vicharana, your impurities become thinned out. Just like you have the modern experience, whenever we talk of impurities, you see your nose and mouth under the, what do you call it? Snack, mask. But even with mask, there's always a fear of the virus may enter some way. And to secure that, you require a bigger movement. Put it in another way, gross dirt can be easily kept away, but dust underlying your rugs stays. And that requires more thorough cleaning. Tanu Manasi is that state when the gross level of impurity has been swept away, but the subtle is now your target. And that leads you to sattva apatti. Once the vasanas, the subtle desires are being purified, once then your vision turns towards the highest goal. And you develop Bhishma Vrata. May I attain liberation. First stage of vow is called Deva Vrata, that we'll find in the Mahabharata story of Bhishma. Deva Vrata, the vow to develop virtues. May I follow the path of righteous conduct. Now it goes into another. May I attain God realization. No more worldliness. No more mundane aspirations. Brahmacharya, the path leading to Brahman. So that state, when it has dawned in your mind, it's called sattva apatti. Your personality will go through challenges as long as your body exists, led by karma. But you will not be touched by those challenges. Read the story of sages and saints. They face challenges. Even avatars, Rama, separated from Sita, looks for Sita, asking trees and plants. Rama, grieving. When Lakshmana was unconscious, struck by the arrow of Meghnad. I will not go into further details. But that state is called asam sakti. You face the world with challenges, but somehow you are untouched. And in that state, you are enriched by both, by adversity as well as by prosperity. Adversity draws your mind closer and closer to God, because you have no other support. God becomes more and more of your support. Prosperity gives you opportunity to push your mind with strength and inspiration towards God. The prosperity is helping you to be God-ward. Adversity is helping you to be God-ward. That state is Asam Sakti. Next state is Padartha Bhavana. Padartha Bhavana is another term for it, Pratyaya Bhav. All your experiences in the world are through mental projections. And projections become meaningful because of the screen. The screen is the reality. Projections create mirage type of appearance. In the realm of mirage, you have the realm of Maya, the realm of illusion. Turn your attention from mirage to Swaraj. Let your Swa shine. When that state has come, it's called Padartha Bhavana. Now, ultimate settlement, Turiya, transcendental. Brahman alone is. That's what enlightened sage said. Hari Om Tat Sat. Brahman alone is real. So far, I have given you the A ascent, 7 steps. And the final Y, yoga, union with God. And that's the goal of all religions. The religion term itself means yoga, re-legare. You are nothing but Brahman, nothing but God. You have become deluded and separated from God by illusion. Break this separation. Then you have succeeded in religion, succeeded in yoga. Be guided by God in life. Try to invoke God in 3 aspects. Sarva Shaktiman, Sarva Vyapi, Sarvagya. Sarva Shaktiman, omnipotent. If your mind goes on loving God as omnipotent, then you don't fall into despair. No matter how things may appear to your mind, so difficult to solve. But with God, He is omnipotent. Every little leaf is under His control. Every atom is under His control. Next aspect of God is Sarva Vyapi, omnipotent. All pervasive. Sarva Vyapi is all pervasive. First one is omnipotent. This is omnipresent. That God is not far away. That's another point to understand. You can't exist even for a moment separated from God. God cannot let the sun cannot separate itself from reflections. Reflections may appear to be far distant from the sun, but the reflection of the sun cannot be separated. You cannot be separated from God, even for a moment. And third point, God is omniscient. Don't struggle with your mind. Does God know really what is troubling me? How can you explain to him? You may try. All those are role of bhavana. You must be feel free. But continue to develop profound strength of faith by invoking God with all these great qualities. Sarvagya, Sarvashaktiman, all-pervasive, omniscient. Lastly, always seek the blessings of Shakti, Bhakti and Mukti. Shakti is strength. God provides you that strength, and that aspect of God, Prakriti, or Durga Devi. God provides you with purity of feeling, enabling the divine love to blossom. And that deity is called Lakshmi Devi. And God as Prakriti, as Saraswati Devi, blesses you with inspiration, intuition, and liberation, Mukti. So Shakti, Bhakti, and Mukti. And with this, I'm going to conclude with prayer. Om. May your birthday be well celebrated. And celebrate your birthday day by day. Don't go into too much. Am I really right? Or someone has told me wrong birth date. You never saw your birth. It's always a hearsay. View every day as birthday.
ॐ ज्योतिर्मयाय नमः। ॐ ज्योतिरूपाय नमः। ॐ शिवानन्दशिष्यरत्नाय नमः। ॐ जातयोगिने नमः। ॐ महात्मने नमः। ॐ धर्मशास्त्रमहाचार्याय नमः। ॐ वाग्मिवरिष्ठाय नमः। ॐ समन्वययोगसिद्धाय नमः। ॐ आचारसिद्धपुरुषाय नमः। ॐ आर्जवस्वरूपिणे नमः। ॐ दयार्द्रहृदयाय नमः। ॐ सनातनधर्ममन्दिरस्थापकाय नमः। ॐ भवरोगहारिणे नमः। ॐ शिवगुरोश्चरणकमलभृङ्गाय नमः।
ॐ श्रेयमार्गप्रदर्शकाय नमः। ॐ स्वनिर्मितयोगिवर्याय नमः। ॐ बाल्यात् वैराग्यसम्प्राप्तकृते नमः। ॐ पाश्चात्यदेशे योगविद्या ब्रह्मविद्याप्लावन्कृतवते नमः। ॐ वेदान्तसारभूताय नमः। ॐ शिष्योत्तमाय नमः। ॐ पूर्णयोगिने नमः। ॐ अज्ञानहराय नमः। ॐ पञ्चक्लेशविमोचनाय नमः। ॐ स्थितधीर्मुनये नमः। ॐ देवभाषविदुत्तमाय नमः। ॐ बहुभाषप्रवीणाय नमः। ॐ षड्रिपुजिताय नमः। ॐ योगवासिष्ठमूर्तिमन्तविग्रहाय नमः। ॐ अमानिने नमः। ॐ मानप्रदायकाय नमः। ॐ सदा सुप्रसन्नाय नमः। ॐ अमृतभाषिणे नमः। ॐ मृदुभाषिणे नमः। ॐ वाग्देवी विराजितश्रीकण्ठाय नमः। ॐ मुमुक्षुकल्याणकारिणे नमः। ॐ शिष्यवन्दितश्रीचरणाम्बुजाय नमः। ॐ नित्यसत्त्वस्थाय नमः। ॐ नित्यमुक्ताय नमः। ॐ सुदर्शनाय नमः। ॐ प्रियंवदाय नमः। ॐ प्रियबान्धवे नमः। ॐ सततप्रेरणादात्रे नमः। ॐ भक्तिज्ञानयोगत्रिवेणीसंयुक्ताय नमः। ॐ करुणावासाय नमः। ॐ क्षमासागराय नमः। ॐ ज्ञानभास्वराय नमः। ॐ अहङ्काररहिताय नमः। ॐ दिव्यजीवनमार्गदर्शकाय नमः। ॐ सकलधर्मशास्त्रसारतत्त्वबोधकाय नमः। ॐ ध्यानयोगप्रदर्शकाय नमः। ॐ ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय नमः। ॐ धर्मिष्ठाय नमः। ॐ अजातशत्रवे नमः। ॐ विद्वत्तमाय नमः। ॐ विनम्रमूर्तये नमः। ॐ कल्मषनाशनाय नमः। ॐ सदाचारशीलाय नमः। ॐ शिवानन्ददत्तदिव्यज्ञानप्रदीपकाय नमः। ॐ भवाम्बुधिपोतरूपिणे नमः। ॐ भवपाशविमोचनाय नमः। ॐ सर्वसंशयछिन्नकारिणे नमः। ॐ सर्वभूतहितेरताय नमः। ॐ निरीहाय नमः। ॐ योगस्थकर्मकृतवते नमः। ॐ मस्करीन्द्राय नमः। ॐ रागद्वेषवियुक्ताय नमः। ॐ सर्वमतसम्मानप्रदायकाय नमः। ॐ गीताज्ञानिनिमग्नचित्ताय नमः। ॐ योगशोधसंस्थानाधिपतये नमः। ॐ आत्मज्ञानप्रदायकाय नमः। ॐ वैराग्याम्बुजभास्कराय नमः। ॐ बुधश्रेष्ठाय नमः। ॐ प्रेमाम्बुधये नमः। ॐ सर्वेषणारहिताय नमः। ॐ द्वन्द्वातीताय नमः। ॐ योगवासिष्ठमहाग्रन्थ आङ्ग्लभाषप्रकल्पकाय नमः। ॐ समबुद्धये नमः। ॐ तापत्रयहराय नमः। ॐ भक्तानुकम्पिने नमः। ॐ कृतज्ञाय नमः। ॐ ज्ञानवसिष्ठचेतसे नमः। ॐ अनपेक्षाय नमः। ॐ दक्षाय नमः। ॐ प्रपन्नार्तिहराय नमः। ॐ जिज्ञासूनामुत्थानर्थसदा तत्पराय नमः। ॐ निष्काम्यकर्मनिरताय नमः। ॐ उदारचेतसे नमः। ॐ कल्याणगुणाय नमः। ॐ प्रशान्तात्मने नमः। ॐ सत्पुरुषाय नमः। ॐ सत्यधर्मपरायणाय नमः। ॐ निःश्रेयस्महानिधये नमः। ॐ नित्यानित्यविवेकजागृतकर्त्रे नमः। ॐ भक्तमानसहंसाय नमः। ॐ सद्गुणवर्धनाय नमः। ॐ अन्तःकरणशुद्धिप्रदायकाय नमः। ॐ त्रिगुणातीताय नमः। ॐ विदितात्मने नमः। ॐ सर्वसुहृदे नमः। ॐ निश्चलतत्त्वाय नमः। ॐ जीवनमुक्ताय नमः। ॐ क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञोर्ज्ञानप्रदात्रे नमः। ॐ भगवन्नामसङ्कीर्तनप्रियाय नमः। ॐ आपद्बान्धवे नमः। ॐ सदावत्सलाय नमः। ॐ सुमनसे नमः। ॐ अन्तस्थसाक्षिभूताय नमः। ॐ सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय श्रीगुरवर्याय नमः।
Om. Om. Ram, 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 Ram. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Prayer for shower of Karunamaya grace of God over all of you with the blessings of Shakti, Bhakti, Mukti, which turn your life Sahaj, spontaneous, Saras, delightful, Sanidhya, uniting with God. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukum Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kashchid Dukhabhag Bhavet Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.